it was just amazing after so many years of playing that I come to Melbourne in my last ever Test match. We've won the Ashes, and you needed 1 wicket for 700. It was just uncanny the way it all panned out.
It was almost like a perfect sort of script for Shane. He always talked about someone writing his scripts for him, and the way it turned out, he was day one MCG on 699 wickets.
If anyone can write their own script, it's Shane Warne, and he knows how to do it. 699 Test wickets leading into Boxing Day. He's from Melbourne. The Melbourne crowd were right behind him throughout his whole career, but to think there's 90-odd thousand people at the MCG, Warne needs 1 wicket. It wasn't about us leading 3-0, it was about Shane Warne.
Obviously, I was aware that he was on 699. It had been a massive talking point in the press. I certainly didn't think that necessarily I was going to be the man to be the 700th victim. It wasn't one of my prouder moments, let's put it that way.
Boxing Day 2006, it seems like a long time ago now.
We played some brilliant cricket in the first 3 Test matches, obviously, of that series. Went to Perth, obviously won well there, won the Ashes, and then we go to Melbourne with Warne on 699 wickets.
Coming to the big ones in Melbourne and Sydney, around that Christmas New period, always family, friends, celebrations and all that. So to have it in the bag was a time then to enjoy what we'd achieved, enjoy the 2 Test matches coming up.
We went into that game with high hopes that we could show that we were better than what we displayed so far in the series. I remember it being an unbelievably cold, unpleasant, frigid day in Melbourne, which is not what you expect.
That Boxing Day morning started for me at about 4:30 a.m. I remember waking up, getting the kids ready to go to the Shane Warne Foundation Boxing Day breakfast, which started at 6 o'clock. And then I remember there was all the panel from Channel 9 and the Sky commentary teams doing a panel at the Foundation breakfast. So the whole day was sort of building up for me for a long time. By the time we got to the dressing room, by around 9, I was exhausted. And I was thinking, geez, I hope we win the toss and bat. And sure enough, we bowled first.
It was packed. It was a packed MCG. There was only a few seats left. Walking out, there was a lot of chat prior to the game. I think Warne even mentioned, look, don't think about this whole milestone that's going to happen or that can happen. He knew it was going to happen, and we all knew. And it's the team chat you have that it's a bit like a Clayton's team chat. You know the things that should be said. Don't focus on the 700th wicket. Don't focus on the crowd. The whole cliche, let's focus on the job at hand. But everyone was going, yeah, whatever. Of course, we want to see the 700th wicket, get Warne on quick, get it over and done with, and then we can go on and try and smash the Poms.
The wicket just actually was offering a little bit for the seamers, and the ball was doing just enough. And I remember holding Warne back, holding him back, and you could see that he was just getting a bit more anxious by the minute and by the over that went by.
You could understand what punter was doing because, as I said, it was quite chilly that morning. And the ball was seaming around a bit, and the Quicks, I think they got an early wicket, and then they got a bit of a partnership together and started playing well.
I'd got to 50 odd, so I kind of felt like this was my opportunity to really go on and get a big score and turn my series around.
When you're standing at slip and you're a fair way back with some of the Quicks, you're not that far away from the fence so you can hear them all, and you could hear the crowd sort of, come on, get it, give Warne a bowl and all that sort of stuff. And me and punter, because he was standing next to me, were having a bit of a laugh about it.
The crowd were there, the crowd wanted to see it. There were banners up all around the MCG, wishing Shane all the best and wanting to see that magical 700 figure. It might have been even midway through the second session before I actually gave him a bowl. So he was probably getting more and more anxious and wanting to sort of impose himself on the game.
And I remember coming on to bowl and I think I got whacked around in the first few overs a little bit too, but managed to then, it was that, my mindset was, as it's always been, we need a wicket because the team's in trouble, but it's always sort of when it's hanging when you're on 699, it's a pretty big sort of achievement to get 700.
Warne is a great stats man. He loves his stats, but he's not a selfish team player. And what I mean by that is that 700th wicket, it would have meant a lot to him, but it wasn't about that was the be-all and end-all. You know, Warne wanted to win games of cricket for his country, and for him doing that, he would take wickets, and that was the best thing for us and also for him.
Everyone was waiting with bated breath to see when that time would come, when he'd finally get that 700th victor.
I was getting a bit frustrated, then we changed the field a little bit because Strauss was trying to sweep, and I said I wanted to get him driving.
He actually told someone how he was going to get Strauss out. It wasn't me, so I think it might have been Pup or someone that he told he thought he could bowl him through the gate with just a normal leg spinner. And you know, that was what he had an unbelievable and uncanny knack of being able to do. You know, he could stay a step ahead of the batsman. He could almost read the batsman's minds and therefore you know, bowl certain balls that he knew would be most difficult for them to play.
Warne bowled the ball and it went through the gate and it bowled him.
Got him! There it is! Wicket number 700! And they can't catch him! Shane Warne through the gate has got Strauss.
And then to hear the crowd just explode, you could hear them come off their seats and just cheer. And Warne for the first time, who had always said to our fitness trainers he wasn't fit, he couldn't run, he couldn't sprint, we couldn't catch him. He was running around and throwing his arm up, and I've gone in to try and get him, and Gilly's come out and he's running around and we're trying to catch him.
I sort of took the wicket and was just off. I was just celebrating, more like relief. And then I sort of ran around in a circle. I got puffed and had to stop.
He'll be delighted that wicket number 700 has not just come here at the MCG on Boxing Day, but it's also Andrew Strauss.
You know, I was trying to hit that to the vacant mid-wicket area and really, I suppose, fell right into the trap that he set me. Bowled me a good ball outside off stump, tried to play it too square, and I heard that horrible death rattle moments later.
Holds the ball aloft. Well bowled Shane Warne, wonderful career, and no better way than to hit the stumps for wicket number 700.
That was Shane's moment, you know, and it was something that, to tell the truth, something that he deserved to have.
It was that special moment where we knew that something amazing had happened in cricket. It wasn't just he'd bowling out a great English player. It wasn't that he's taken a wicket for Australia. It was the fact that he had taken his 700th wicket for Australia. The hard work and the dedication, the sacrifices that he made, we all felt it at that particular time.
You know, I mean, his career is an amazing story, you know, and I was lucky to be a big part of that, I guess, and play with him for a long time and be lucky enough to captain him towards the end of his career and just see some of the things that he achieved in the game and some of the victories that he created for Australian cricket was very special to be a part of.
No, it was it was an emotional day, but a special day, and one I'll never forget.